And what is up, everybody? Oh my goodness! After last night, one thing that I forgot to mention was the fact that CM Punk makes his announcement that he signed with UFC. That's right, Phil CM Punk Brooks, former WWE champion, WWE superstar, is going to be fighting in the UFC sometime in the near future. I don't know. They didn't say what weight class he's going to be in. They said he's shooting for 185. Um, who he's going to fight, they don't know. However, long before he even signed with UFC, Dana White knows what he's doing. Long before he signed with UFC, uh, Jason David Frank, the original Green Ranger, and just all-around great guy, was fighting mixed martial arts. Was 6-0 as an amateur, fought professionally and won. And he wanted to continue fighting. The problem was he wants it so that he could at least be somebody worth his time. He's proven himself as a fighter. He's 7-0. At least give him somebody that's worth having to take the time off that he needs to train, because keep in mind, he's probably going to be losing money due to the fact that it's his own dojos that he's running. He's got to fly out to do all these conventions and stuff like that, and a lot of fan service that he's been doing for the past couple of years. He hasn't fought in a while because they haven't really given him anybody worth his time. And there was a prospect that he could do a sparring match maybe with Anderson Silva, and that fell through. And when it was supposed to be like an exhibition bout, even for like a charity bout between him and CM Punk, but CM Punk was still under WWE's contract. Now that he's let go and signed with UFC, the internet's I don't know if the internet's exploding, but I know my Facebook panel has, because Jason David Frank, JDF, just keeps posting how he still wants to fight CM Punk. I remember when CM Punk was first released from WWE, and it was posted that, oh yeah, he wants to get into mixed martial arts, and Jason David Frank said, "Good, because he's mine." You know, this is something that's supposed to happen. You got the comic book Power Ranger geeks, locked on. You got people from pro wrestling locked on just to see, and I think CM Punk will lose, but not because he's not a real fighter. He's been doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under he's a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, and he has been for many years. Personal friends of Henner and Hiron Gracie, as well as Eve Torres Gracie now, and he goes to their seminars. He helps them, any which way he can, and he's great friends with them, and he's been, like I said, he's been jiu-jitsu practitioner for many years. Not to mention, supposedly he's his martial arts background in WWE. Keep in mind, I don't watch I haven't really watched wrestling in a while. As a matter of fact, the reason why I stopped watching it was because of a man he was supposed to fight, but he was too busy that man was too busy killing himself. Chris Benoit, who was my favorite pro wrestler. And pro wrestling, it's choreographed, it's scripted, it's not fake. Those are real hits, those are real falls, those are real injuries these guys are suffering. There's like, oh yeah, I'll do it again for you fans. It's like, I'm not asking you to kill yourself. So CM Punk, to be perfectly honest, I feel like going from pro wrestling to MMA is a lateral move. It's more or less the same. They treat it the same way in Japan. I don't know how many pro MMA fighters actually fought in some per man. In some Japanese pro wrestling promotion. It's not unheard of, and bringing that to the United States, fine. Kazushi Sakuraba was a pro wrestler, and just destroyed Pride. Anyway, I'm done talking. You have a good night.